Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, because I know people work at different times, so I'm never sure if I should say good morning or good evening, or who knows, because it's probably a very different time than when I'm making this recording. For me, it's morning, and I will be posting this shortly with some work for today that you can prepare and practice for tomorrow's Zoom class. In general, well, maybe I'll just go through the topics and then leave some last comments. What you should see below this video is another video. This unit, we're going to be practicing this module about communication and interaction between people. Is going to talk about many different kinds of conversation and interaction that you may face, and we'll practice some of that as we go over the next month. And one of the first topics I thought we could touch on is the topic of small talk, which is very common and is something that we do, I think, all the time, and I think is common in many cultures or many places. Perhaps not, or maybe it's different, and that's something maybe in the comments to the video I'll ask you to comment on. So the video you will see is kind of a nice video. It shows two people, two women, who talk about or give their opinion about what kinds of topics are good for small talk, what type of topics are inappropriate for small talk, and they give you some examples, these short, quick examples of people engaged in small talk. They also give a little definition of what small talk is. So I like the video. I think it comes with subtitles so you can read what they watch. They speak fairly quickly when they are doing their dialogues, but I think it's probably okay because they're short and they are about common topics that we talk about all the time. So there's the video. Watch the video. Take some detailed notes, especially make a list on paper of the different topics that they raise, about which ones they say that they feel are appropriate and which ones they feel are inappropriate topics for small talk. And you might already know this, so perhaps there's going to be no surprises. Maybe it's very similar to how you would speak in your own culture. And I think this is a case too where culture is very important and influences how people interact. There'll be a quiz, I think 15, 16 questions. If you watch the video and take notes, the quiz should be pretty easy. I apologize if there's a mistake. Sometimes it happens. I'm not the best typist. We've been talking about grammar and as a grammar language point, the use of present perfect. And I added a new exercise on present perfect. It's an interesting one, and I'm curious what your impression is. I did this exercise probably 5 times, and before I got the questions right, because it kept finding all these little mistakes, typing mistakes, spelling mistakes. It found everything. So the actual exercise also includes how to form the negative. I have not been to France. So usually the negative comes before the participle. And it also has a little bit of practice on how to form questions. Okay. Have you been to France? So when we form the question, we swap the location of the have and the subject, and that makes a question. So, an interesting exercise. Give it a try, and it may take you a few times. And if you do it first time through with no mistakes, congratulations. That's a good performance. I made mistakes, so I'm not perfect. So, and I admit that. So there's a present perfect little exercise. And then last piece is a reading on how culture and cultural factors and things are very important when it comes to interaction between people. There's a paragraph there that is quite challenging, quite challenging. It's hard. So take some time, read the paragraph. It has a lot of advanced vocabulary, probably vocabulary that is beyond our level 5. So it's a good, challenging, hard exercise. And sometimes it's good for us to try that so that it stretches our comfort level. If we just do the same level of difficulty all the time, we kind of get in a routine, almost like simple present, and we don't grow. So it's good to read things and try things, especially if they're short, about topics that we're working on together that are a little bit more difficult. That's how we kind of, like a ladder, climbing a ladder, we might take a few steps a little higher, and maybe we have to come down a little bit down the ladder, but the next time we go up that ladder, we will feel a little bit less afraid than the first time. And I think that's how it is with language learning sometimes. If we read things that are always the kind of the same level, that are comfortable and we feel that are easy, and we don't try things that are more difficult and hard, those hard, difficult things will never become things that we feel comfortable with. So it's good to try things in little pieces, especially when you have someone you can ask questions to, like me, and try to build our vocabulary and comfort level. So hopefully, also today I'm going to be spending time giving feedback to your written submissions, so you should start to see that through the day. I don't know, this I'm curious, because I see something different than you as a student. I don't see the same responses that you get when you do a quiz or so on as a student. So I'm not sure exactly how my feedback will get to you, if it's going to be in a message, or if it gives you some kind of information, or if you have to go back and check. But I'll start doing that today. And then tomorrow, morning students 10:30, afternoon students 1:30, we will meet and see where we're at. Remember to practice forming present perfect, simple present, simple past, present perfect, with those common verbs, because we will start our exercises tomorrow with a little go-round, a few go-rounds, where you'll be asked to take the same sentence and write it in all those tenses. I might ask and add another tense, maybe simple, simple future or something, or maybe continuous, just so that we get used to sentence formation as well. See you tomorrow. Bye.